Okay guys, looks like we've got the basics of our setup set up. I'm not sure how the audio is going to be on this, but we're going to give it a first try. Anyway, this is the December asset drop crate for Discovery. So we're going to give it an unbox and see what we've got in here. The only thing I've done, cut my name out, because apparently I'm supposed to do that. No idea why, I trust you guys. Anyway, let's see what goodies they have sent us this month. Ooh, right, hopefully we're in focus. Right, so we have core supplies from Asset Drop. Again, video is inverted for some reason, but you'll be able to get the guess out of what we're doing in here. This is, I think it's £23 a month, and you get loads of stuff in here. And the booklet is probably the best part of the whole thing, which is this. Now, this little discovery guide, I'm not going to open it just yet because I don't want to know what's in there, but not only is it a list of what you've got and the prices you'd pay individually for it, but it's also got project guides for you. So the stuff that's in here, you've got a little bit of a guide on how to use them, what they're used for, and basically just a really, really, really useful little guide to get you started on paints you might not have known before. Anyway, let's see what else we've got in there. We'll come back to this in a minute. Right, we've got a color chart for Hataka paints. Now, I have to be honest with you, I don't know that much about Hataka, but I've got it's given me a clue that we might have some in the box. So let's take a look and see what's in here. As always, wrapped in very nice tissue paper. We've got well packed in straw, and at the top, ooh, well, we always get sweeties. Always get sweeties in the box. I think he's trying to butter us up a lot of the time, but I don't care. It's always good. I'm a fat man and I like my sweets. So this month, drumstick, which can go into my belly later on. We'll take a look at the brushes in a minute because it's the first time I've actually got brushes from them. Okay, so first out of the box, we have a large bottle of wash, terrain wash, which is Angelmuse from handcrafted tabletop terrain wash. So German, big bottle, and as you can hear, it has an agitator in there. Again, never seen this before. Let me see, do I have anything that's white I can use? Let us see what we have here. Right, we've just got a little bit of paper from the wonderful guys at the Royal Mail. So, as you can see, sort of like a dirty greenish brown. Very good for a moss colour. I think this could come in quite handy. Again, it's a company I have never ever heard of, and it looks like it might actually be interesting. Secondly, we have a second wash from them, from Handcraft Tabletop. It's another terrain wash, dark brown grey. Again, in there we do have wash on there. A lot darker. A lot darker. Be very, very good for panel lining on dark green vehicles, possibly even dark yellow desert style vehicles. Could be very useful for us. We'll give those a try later on. Right, what else we got? Oh, it looks like we've had a slight leak on our first of our Hataka paints. How did I guess there was going to be some of these in here? So we've got 3 Hataka. Nice acrylics, 17mm bottles. Again, there's an agitator in the box, which is always really, really, really nice to have. So we're starting off with a grey blue in very nice dropper bottles, if I'm right. Yes, they are. So It's the first time I've ever had one that looked like it leaked. But it hasn't leaked much. It's nowhere in the box, so we haven't lost any. So starting off with a grey blue. Oh, that's a really intense, really rich dark blue. Very, very nice. Airbrush tested, quick drying from Hataka Hobby, Hataka-hobby.com. So 17mm paints. We can take a look in the guide and see what the usual market price for those is. And a dark sea blue, which I do believe is Ben Comet's favourite colour when it's in the Vallejo range. But very nice. Again, a brand I have not used yet, but it's something I think I will enjoy. And finally in the box, apart from the paint brushes, is some metallics from one of my favourite metallic companies. So I'm actually really, really excited for these. So what we got? We have Silver Verde, so a green silver. So this is probably going to be like a corrupted silver. Whoop, oh, sorry about that. I'm getting a bit messy. Yeah, that looks like an aged gold or a really nice highlight for bronze and for brass. Yes, that's actually really nice. Now the thing with these Darkstar is they're very, very thin, which makes them perfect for airbrushing. I use them for my Imperial Knight skeletons. They're very, 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 very nice. And now this is one I was just about to buy. Victorian gold. Now again, this is going to be a greenish gold. That is really nice. I'm not sure how well the camera picks it up, but that is a very, very nice antiqued looking gold. A little bit different from what you might be used to with gold paints. Got a hint of green to it. Very, 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 very fine pigment, and again a very thin paint. And very nice dropper bottles as well on Darkstar. I highly recommend Darkstar paints. They cover fantastically from an airbrush. They cover well from a brush. You might need a couple of coats on them. But they usually go on really, 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 really well. And again, they have agitators in the bottle. So that's a bit of a bonus. And we'll take the box away because the last two things in here are two brushes. Now, we don't usually get brushes that often because for the guys at Asset Drop, brushes can be very expensive for them to get in. So anyway, starting off, we have left the collet inside, which seems to have, there we go. So we've got a very large lining brush from Amo of Mig. 000, very nice. Amo stuff is always really high quality. I have a little bit of it, not a lot, and it's the first of the brushes I've seen. And as a hobbyist, we all love our brushes. You know, I'm sure that most of us have a lot of brushes that we will never use, but we've just got them in there anyway. I'll be doing a little list of some affordable brushes suppliers as well in a little bit, as well as my opinion on the market leader, which is Winsor & Newton, and of course our friends at GW, which actually don't make too bad a brush sometimes. And they call this a sub. Oh, now that is interesting. I've never seen anything like this before. I'm going to try and get a something that I can use. Oh yeah, this is Bestech, are the guys that provide my other camera. But let's see, this is very interesting. I've never seen a sawtoothed brush before. It's got little sections cut out between. I thought it was just a flat dry brush, but it's not. Between each of these, we have an indent cut. So I'm not exactly sure what we'd use that for. That's well, need a little bit of a tidy up on it, but again, nice brush, quality, well-made brush. So that is something, again, unusual. So what we got in the box, or the thing here. So, unfortunately, I'm afraid I don't know how to flip my video so that it doesn't look like we're reading this in a mirror, but I'm sure I can find out for us as we go along. So, anyway, we've got these washes, which apparently are £3.50 a piece. And I have to say, if I was paying £3.50 for this amount of wash, now this is a 30ml bottle, and GW ones are what, 12? For roughly the same price. So yeah, definitely interested in these. They're a new company from Germany, apparently. So made to wash out your diorama so you won't run out quickly. That's useful. Okay, the brushes. We have the Mig Jimenez 8 synthetic saw brush, £2 and 2p. Now, I've never seen a saw brush before, and as I said, the guy from here, Andy, has mentioned he's a big fan of Winsor & Newton Kolinsky. I am as well. These ones are for weathering, which is good for us, because that's what we're going to be going through with. He's saying that using weathering one or synthetics for weathering is always a good idea. And this is a nice little cheap one for £1.12 for the 000 synthetic liner. Now, again, not a big fan of liner brushes, but I've never used one from Ammo, so I might actually see what we've got here. What else we got? We've got the Hataka paints. So our 3 Hataka paints. The grey blue, the dark blue, and the dark sea blue. £2.30 a piece. So we've saved quite a lot on these. And these are airbrush ready, apparently. So this is the Hataka Redline range, which I've never heard of, but again, these are going to be quite nice to play around with. And finally, out of this lot, we have the 2 Darkstar paints. These are £3.50 a piece. So you can see we are saving a decent amount of money on these sets that you get every month. And it's always a lucky dip. You never know what you're going to get, but you can always guarantee there's going to be something very, very useful in there from the guys at Asset Drop. And Andy, as I've said before, is one of the nicest guys you can ever talk to, and very, very easy to get a hold of and reach out to. He's got a sneak peek in here for next month, which will be giving us washes and a texture from a new line of paints, which sounds interesting. An interesting additive for us to try out. And 3 lovely acrylic colours from a fan favourite. Now, fan favourite, I'm going to try and guess at possibly Secret Weapon, because he does like throwing in some Secret Weapon stuff that's sometimes hard to get their hands on over here. I doubt it'd be GW, because in the entire time I've been doing Asset Drop, he's never thrown in any of the GW stuff. So I'm thinking Asset Drop. We'll find out next month whether or not I'm right. Anyway, back to the book. We have the technique section. Now, again, for you guys, this is flipped, and I really do apologize about that. But as I said, I was going to show you everything raw, so if I get things right or I get things wrong, you guys will know, because it's how it's coming along, and I'll be learning from you on how to flip things over. So, first of all, we've got terrain washes. So, there's going to be doing a mini diorama on a shipwreck from the Reaping Bones Kraken miniature. Right, so it's how to blend the woods and everything else into his bases. So, very, very nice. Using it thinned and unthinned. So, with every time you get an asset drop box, he will go through a project from start to finish to show you how to use these and how to best utilize what's in each box. And these will give you ideas for other projects as well, not just for what he says on here. It gives you a good basis on how to go on for other bits and pieces in the future. Now, about the washes and varnishes, so he's actually telling you how to use varnish over each of these different washes so that you can get different effects. And a way of using that sawtooth brush. So you taking the sawtooth brush, use it to add an uneven coverage right to the end of the planks. So you can get a nice random effect using that brush. Very useful. Again, never used it. I'm going to have to try it and then show you guys how it looks. Right, next we have the Darkstar Metallics. So again, he's still on the using it on the ship base. But how to use the Victorian Gold, mix it with distilled water. And Asset Drop do a selection of very, very, very nice bottles. Hold on 2 seconds. Here we go. Now, this is their Asset Drop little bottles you can get from the website with a very fine nozzle on there. Now, I use these for my thinning mediums, and you can use them for pretty much anything you want to. But again, quite reasonable price from Andy. So how to use the how to mix the metallics to get different effects for true metallic metals, for washes, and then how to paint your dark blue cloth using the Hitaka paints. Sorry about that, somebody wants to say hello. How to use the Hitaka, and again a little write-up on this Meg Jimenez brushes. So, sawtooth brush has a serrated end, which makes it absolutely ideal for adding uneven texture to your surface of your miniatures, streaking, weathered effects, and for use with pigments. So, very useful. Very useful. The panel liner, very long bristles, designed for loading up with wash and moving between panels. So that's our two brushes, which is the first time in, as I say, since I've started, and I've only missed the first couple, unfortunately. But really, really good. And on the back, every time you buy an asset drop, they give back to the Blue Marine Foundation. So it's always nice to see a company giving back to charity and seeing exactly what they can do. So anyway, for our very first asset drop and your very first asset drop with me and my very first unboxing video on here, we have two Darkstar molten metals, which are going to be used in a couple of our videos. I've got some ideas already for these, for some Chaos Metal. The trio of blues, which again are being airbrush ready. That's going to be very nice to play around with. Now, whether they're truly airbrush ready, we have to find out. And these two fantastic terrain washes, I have to say, these are I would say these are the pick of the bunch this month. These are a fantastic find. I'm going to have a lot of fun trying to work out what these can be used really well for. I'm thinking that dark brown grey might actually be quite nice as a deep shade for undead and zombie flesh, and this thinned down as a filter over the top so that we can tint it. Yeah, I've got some ideas already for that, and of course our sweets. Now, you can't go wrong when you're bribing a fat man with a drumstick. So guys, until I get everything else sorted out, that will be the end of our first unboxing. Hopefully this is recorded right. Otherwise I'm going to have wasted the surprise and have to record again. But if not, we will see you again very, very soon with the first of our tutorials, I hope. Okay, you guys take care, and I shall talk to you soon. Okay, bye.